Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Elena for Reals. I am blessed to have today one of my anaks, one of my daughters in church. Please welcome Eloisa.
Hi
Hello.
everyone. Hello, Ateni.
Hello. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. I know you are busy. She'll be sharing her experiences with us about her life as a working mother and the benefits that she was able to use or take advantage of in the Philippines because we have so many differences. I'm really curious about that. I'm really glad to have you because you wear so many hats. You're a medical representative.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You were a medical representative, a registered nurse.
Yeah.
You are a wife and a mom of two
Two.
vibrant kids.
Yes.
I think I met your husband back in 2014. You were just preparing to get married at that
Yes.
time.
Because we get married
Was in
2015.
Yes, I met him in December of 2014 and you guys got married in
May
May.
2015.
Can you give me a little background about how you guys met?
Oh, okay. So we met at the church. I didn't know him that time yet. So I uh, I was in the pulpit, I think, and then he saw me. But then after that, I was busy because I was working night shift that time as well. So he was friends first with Novi, with Kuya Ron, with Kuya Ronel. So he knew them first, and then after that, we were introduced. I was going out with Novi, with Bernie, with Geno, and he was there. So that's when we met.
How long have you guys dated?
Um, Funny is that we did not have an actual date that we were together because we started off as friends. So it
Mm.
just blossomed from friendship. So maybe around 4, 5 years, I think, before we get married. Not sure. I'm bad with no, with dates actually.
Oh yeah, I know how bad you are because of your anesthesia. But the reality is it's true. Anesthesia really is
True,
affecting everyone
right? Yeah, the
memories.
mom brain is real. It's very, very real. A mom brain is real.
Yes, I remember my best friend. I think it was on the second child when her memory was very obvious na talagang naapektuhan ng anesthesia. She
Mm-hmm.
became really forgetful. Mas naging
Mm-hmm.
apparent yung pagiging forgetful niya. You are the youngest in the family,
Yeah.
right? How old were you when you get married?
20, 29, 30, I think, around there.
Oh, talaga? I thought mga 22 ka pa lang mo.
No,
Wow,
28, 29, gano'n, 28, 29, parang gano'n.
29?
Yes,
So you really enjoyed your ano muna ha? You really had fun being single.
I think so.
Oo. So how did marriage life change you?
It was a big change because for a long time, I've been thinking only about myself. And then when I
Mm-hmm.
got married, I have to consider my time and also to keep our relationship going and, flourish our marriage at the same time preparing for family.
So before you got married, you and Elton already talked about starting a family right away.
Not yet, because I said that I wanted to, travel with him before having kids. But then again, I had kids maybe around a year after our marriage. I got pregnant July. We got married May. I think I got pregnant June, July. So 2 months. We only had 2 months before I got pregnant. So there.
Oh, was it planned?
It was not planned, but it was not an accident as well. So we think that whatever, whichever comes along, so it's already a blessing. And I
Okay.
didn't want when I was when I'm older, I don't want to get pregnant because it may be risky. So I think that's the right time for me then. Because I was, I think, 30 by that time when I gave birth. So it is harder. At that time, I didn't think it was hard because that was my first time. I just realized when I gave birth a second time, it's a lot harder when because I'm already 35 on my second.
It was
Physically,
really more physically
yes.
taxing.
Yes. I had to go on bed rest on my first trimester, and it's really hard. It gave me a lot of pain, and it was tiring for me. Although on my second birth, because I'm with Ellie on my first child, I um I got an epidural. I was on epidural birth, so it was painless. I didn't feel anything. And for the second time, I think that okay, I want to try how it really feels. So I tried the natural one.
She's protesting.
Yeah.
It's like, Mama, don't throw me under the bus.
Yeah, I was talking about him and he's out of the room already.
I think I see your personality in your son.
actually, actually, I can express my thoughts.
Yeah. How did motherhood change you in terms of like your whole aspect, like personality?
You know what? Being a mom, it's like a 360 turn because well, when I was single, I saw Grace. She had kids already. I never thought that I could do that. She has this instinct that whatever her kids need, she knows and how to take care of them and the time that she gives, the effort. I said, "Oh no, it's impossible. I cannot do that." But being a mom makes you do what you thought was impossible, and makes you. Um, she said that don't worry, babe. It will come out naturally. You'll have a mother instinct. Because when I was pregnant, I was with. I spent a lot of time in her house. So she taught me that it's gonna be natural. You'll be a good mom, etc., etc.
It sounds like she was consoling you, eh?
Yes, yes,
Were you nervous that you might fail as a mom?
yes.
Is it a common fear?
I think that's a common fear. I've read a lot of stuff about that. And because I got used to being single, thinking only about myself, and then here comes another child that I have to take care of, think about of all the time. So it gives me a lot of pressure and worries that I may not, I might hurt the child. I might, what if she cries a lot and I don't know the reason? What will I do? And then after giving birth, there it is. It just came up naturally. And you know what? Nature really, God give us really a good um uh uh what do you call this, instinct. Mother, it's very, I don't know, I cannot explain.
You mentioned something about like, what if the baby gets sick? Would I be able to take care of?
Mhm.
Have you forgotten you're a registered nurse?
Because it's it's a first hand experience, so you have to do it. I don't know what if I would have like um depression, because I've heard a lot that after giving birth you might suffer this and that, so I'm not sure, but I did get a lot of support from my husband, my family, my in-laws, so that's very important, the support.
Yung ba yung tinatawag na postpartum?
Yeah, oh, that's one.
Did you go through that?
Um, I think I'm lucky enough not to experience that. Maybe a slight mood swings that you would just cry for no reason, or I just worried a lot for my daughter back then, Ellie, that I did not have enough breast milk for her. You know, not to the point that I had a postpartum depression, I think.
I want to know if you experienced this. I had a friend when she gave birth, and naturally she went on vacation or on FMLA. We call it FMLA here, like Family Medical Leave Act. Basically, new moms are given up to maximum of 12 weeks of unpaid leave. Okay, unpaid leave. So we're gonna tackle that later, because I was so proud when I mentioned, I said, no, in the Philippines,
Paid.
New mothers are given, paid leave up to so and so. So we'll tackle that. The reason why I mentioned this is I have this friend, and she said that going back to work for the first time again after the 12-week unpaid leave,
Mm-hmm.
she felt like she could not leave the baby.
True. That's true. That's
Even if
true.
it's the second time already.
Good thing about the second one, I started working from home. Actually, I was already on leave on the 6th month of my pregnancy. I took an early leave because of COVID.
I thought it was because of the sensitivity and of your.
That one too, but
Okay.
mostly I was sensitive during my first trimester. I did had I mean a week or two bed rest that time, but then after
Mm.
that I went back to work, and then on my 6th month of pregnancy, I took an unpaid leave, unpaid by at that time. So and then it continued on until I had to file my maternity leave, which is already paid. Here in the Philippines, it's already 105 days paid leave.
105 days paid leave.
Paid leave, yes. This time around is better because it's 105 paid leaves. When on my first pregnancy with Ellie, I only had 60 days paid leave by that time.
But do you get money from the Social Security?
Yes, I got money from Social Security, but they have a ceiling per month. I think is 20,000
For how long?
for 105 days, 3 months.
How much did you get for the first baby?
With SSS, that was only 15,000 per month at that time for only 2 months.
Two
But
months.
yes,
It was a big help though.
yes, it was a big help. But around this time, I don't remember when it started to improve, but when I gave birth, there's 105 days paid leave, but you can extend another month without pay.
Did you take advantage of that? The extension of another month?
That's when I took another leave, yeah. And then I decided to resign because I wanted to work from home then.
The company I work for is actually really pushing yung work-life balance. How is the Philippines doing that?
I didn't hear much about that. It's up to you if you want to spend more time. Just uh, just do your job, and you can spend the time with your family, but just as long as you did your job well, and given the time for the company, you can. We only had time for the family during weekends, actually. So that's it.
What are the difficulties that you have encountered or that you have to go through as a working mother?
Well, my in my early days of working, it was hard. Earlier, you mentioned that your coworkers' first day out of maternity leave, it was hard. I almost cried when I left Ellie to her grandmother for work. It was very hard because I was breastfeeding her before I went to work, so I didn't know the setup, and I just said that let me just try this first day how it goes, and then we'll see. So I took it one day at a time, and then you know what? I'm bringing a breast pump to work in the car. I have a cooler in the car where I would pump while during my vacant hours, and then I bring it back home, and then I have when I get back home, even though I'm tired, I have to breastfeed her and wake up in the middle of the night to attend to her, and then wake up early in the morning to go back to work. So it's a daily routine, but I'm glad that my husband supports me and gives a lot of time with Ellie, and have a mother-in-law who takes care of Ellie as well. And it gave me a peace of mind because I know that um, I'm leaving Ellie to someone who loves her. It gives me a lot of comfort at that time.